Oh, hello. Hello. What you inside of me? I declined the offer. But thanks anyway. Hello. How is everybody doing today? Looks like Obi-Wan. Oh yeah, I get that all the time now. The mic stand gang. Oh, yes. No mic stand for us. Just let me pour my coffee real quick. Hello. Hello, everybody. It is still in the morning. Still in the morning in Tokyo. I'm enjoying life. Thank you very much. Okay. So what's happening today? What's happening today? Well, just wanted to give a little update that I finished the new narration for Christiana Comprehensive History, Part 1, and I'm working on Part 2 at the moment. So that's nice. Hello, Lapland people. So things are going well. This is my last full day in Tokyo. So I'm gonna go out eventually and enjoy it, and back to work tomorrow. Working on vacation. Yeah, I am. Is the CC documentary coming back? Oh yes. Thank you, but it's uncooperative today. Yes, the documentary will be rebooted in a way, or remastered, and the new improved version of Part 1 will be released on February 24th, 2019. And all the preceding episodes will be released on a weekly basis, hopefully. So it's going to be the remastered versions of Parts 1 to 13, followed by the brand new episodes following right after. You sound pretty stuffy. Are you sick? Do I sound sick? I do sound sick. I'm not. I'm just sleepy. Also, maybe my voice is a bit hoarse because I was talking a lot yesterday. Listen to your music a bit lately. Thank you very much. Telling the stream, I gotta pee. You can pee. You're not gonna miss much. I'll let you pee. To come to a local theater. If only. It's still gonna be hot. I don't want to burn myself. Has anyone heard of the Shags? I was kind of up all night listening to the Shags, Philosophy of the World, full album, 1969. Quite possibly the worst album ever made. It's kind of hypnotic as well. What kind of music do you make? I make a lot of prog rock, some electronic stuff, lots of music that is influenced by 80s, lots of 80s sounding stuff. Pepsi versus Coke. I try to do neither. Ever went to one of those really fun Japanese arcades? I went a couple of times. I didn't do anything though. I'm not an arcade movie, an arcade kind of guy. As bad as the Hedgehog Boys? Yeah, you're right. You're probably better than the Hedgehog Boys. Are you from Germany? I'm not. Have you ever bought an album and been totally disappointed by it? Totally? No. I have not been totally disappointed by it. Though I did buy the last Yes album, Heaven and Earth, from 2014, without me knowing anything about it at all. I didn't even hear any previews of it. And when I heard it, it was I guess underwhelming. It wasn't terrible. It was just a bit underwhelming. But I gotta acknowledge that the members of the band are quite old now, and they're just, they don't really have the vim and vigor they used to back in the '70s. So of course their music is gonna sound a bit more, I don't know, tired, or just a bit slower and lower lower energy maybe. But the new guy, John Davidson, is a decent singer and a songwriter as well, so that's cool. Ever ever been to Maid Cafe for the shorts and giggles? I've not. No, that's kind of weird. Is Chris Chan series coming back? Oh yeah. Uh, I'm rebooting the series. So the new version of episode one, or part one, is gonna be up on February 24th, 2019. What do you do under the hiatus? I was working. I was adjusting to a new life in Japan. And that was tough in the beginning, first couple of months adjusting to the new life, new, you know, new country, new job, new responsibilities. So I think I'm pretty comfortable where I am now. So I feel more at ease with rebooting the series. Christian reboot going to be a Netflix original? No, not yet. Still could be better. Parts be as long, or is they be more more digestible? No. They're gonna be about the same length. Interactive Netflix original. Best moment on Tokyo so far. Saddest thing in Tokyo so far. Well, in case you don't know, I lived in Tokyo for a year. A year. For a year, 2 years ago. So I'm just back for a little, I don't know, working vacation now for a week. So had lots of fun times in Tokyo. Best time was doing a working, like it was a part-time work in an English language uh zone in my exchange university, and that was probably the most fun I've had in my life. I worked there for about half a year. Met some really great people with great experiences. You plan to live your whole life in Japan? That's the plan. That's the plan. Have you heard about the Dimensional Mirror saga going on? It's pretty wild. Oh yeah, I'm keeping up with Chris every day. I know what's happening. I mean, I'm aware what's happening. I just don't understand it. You upload hiatus video. You sounded drained. Seeing you with such energy and doing streams is great. Oh yeah, that was a tough time. I do live in Japan. I work here. I'm an assistant English teacher for now. But I'll be switching jobs in the summer. I'll be moving to Tokyo. I'm not sure if I'll be teaching then, but it's possible. The Japanese kids love Fortnite. Do they do the goofy dances too? Oh yeah, they do love the Fortnite. I do get asked about it if I know it. Of course I know it. So sometimes I want to live in Japan, but then I see those otakus marry their gay bugs. Hologram maid wives. I mean, they're around. They're they're mostly around in Tokyo and the big cities, I'd say. But those guys are living the dream. Oh yeah, sure they are. Uh, I think most of them are in Tokyo. Honestly, I live in a really small town up in the north of Japan, and it's much more subdued, much more normal people. Have you ever been to Akihabara? I've been there a couple of days ago, actually. I don't do much there. I just take pictures, walk through it. I like the pretty lights. Did you get a cold? Hope not. Um, I'm still not 100% after my last cold, which was about a month ago. It's kind of crazy. Is this just morning voice? Maybe this is just morning voice. But dude, her buddy. How about Tower Records in Shibuya? I've been there. Did I buy anything there? I was there about a year ago. No, 2 years ago. Yeah, I checked it out. It was pretty cool. There's there's quite a few there's quite a few Tower Records in Tokyo. There's one in Shinjuku as well. Checked it out. I bought something somewhere. I can't remember where, but I did buy some records. Yeah. When did you first start making documentaries? Uh, Christian. Christian was the first documentary I started making. Yeah, the first real documentary I started making. So that was about a year ago. Damn. Yeah, I started working I think in December 2017. I released the first episode in February 2018. Don Quixote is famous for its knockoff items and stuff. Have you ever been there? So what's the most bizarre thing you have seen? Oh, I love Donkey. I love Donkey. That's how they call it here. I went to the Donkey in Shibuya, I think 2 days ago as well. Um, yeah, it's really packed with so much stuff. Uh, my favorite shop in Japan is probably Tokyo Hands, but I feel like Donkey is like a cheaper alternative and probably has more choice too. And it's kind of scary walking around through the aisles because it's so packed with so much stuff that I'm afraid of knocking things over, especially if I'm carrying a bag on my back. And I don't know, you get weird stuff. I saw a penis water spray pistol. I think that was pretty weird. Uh, Also, there's this whole Tenga aisle. There's this whole Tenga section in Donkey on one floor. And if you don't know what a Tenga is, it's a fleshlight, probably the most famous fleshlight brand. Ugh. And they have a Tenga action figure as well. It's like a Gundam or something. I don't get it. When are you gonna show the video of you doing the Matrix? Oh, holy crap! Wow. Should I do a live stream of that maybe? Like a Let's React. How many pages long is your Christian doc? Um, every episode is about 8 or 9 pages, at about 6,000 words. So add those all up. It's a lot of words. Do you think living in Japan will influence your music style? Oh, it has influenced me already. Yeah, definitely. I've I made an album while I was in Tokyo, while I was living in Tokyo the first time in 2017. It's called Tokyo Computer Music, and it's largely instrumental, and a lot of it is inspired by Nakata Yasutaka, who is the musical dictator of Perfume. I live in Hawaii, by the way. There's a donkey in Hawaii. Holy crap. Last stream Fortnite with Ninja and Christian. When? Hmm. Here, Chris's health is deteriorating and could possibly die soon. Do you believe that's true or are you worried? Uh, I mean, I do think that he's not feeling well. Physically, mentally. Is he gonna die soon? I think Barb is gonna die before Chris, though. I have a strategy when organizing all the info from the Quickie and other sources from the Quick.co. Organizing strategy. Well, there's a there's a there's a chronology page, right? Yeah. There's like a year of Chris's life, and it's all laid in chronological order. So I follow that mostly. So it's actually not that difficult, just time consuming. Alright, we're gonna continue with the Christian stuff for now. Oh yeah, it's coming back in February. Sure, running each episode entails, bro. What are musical influences? Love your stuff. Thank you. Musical influences. Probably biggest influences are Marillion, ELO, and Jeff Lynne. Bit of Yes. Lots of Genesis, I think. Stuff like that. There's also a bit of King Crimson, but there's a bit less influences of that. I just like listening to them more than letting become influenced by them. And Nakata Yasutaka and Perfume and Keri Pamu Pamu. And Christopher Cross. What's your main instrument? Probably keyboard. Probably keyboard. Number 2 would be bass, probably. Number 3 is guitar. Why am I singing that song of all things? What's your favorite Perfume album? It's been a long time since I've listened to Perfume, but it's probably their third album. Can't remember the name of it. Is it Triangle? Or is it Japan? Or is it Japan outside of art? No idea what that means, really. Love your plastic love card. Thank you. Tips on learning keyboards. I have no idea. Japan. Okay. It's really cozy style. Thank you. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with the whole streaming thing. I'd like to incorporate more music into it once I get OBS working. And tips on learning keyboard. I have no idea. I started learning when I was about half a year old. Learning guitar was tough. Actually, felt I was improving a lot more since I came to Japan. Because that was for a long time. That was my predecessor, who lived in the place that I live now, left his guitar for me, and I used that a lot because that was the only instrument I had, and I felt myself improving better. I mean, getting better. Say rebooting. Yeah, I'm rebooting. That means, yeah, it's going to start from part 1 in February, moving all the way up through the new and improved versions of every episode between 1 and 13, and then continuing onwards and upwards with parts 14, 15, and 16 afterwards. Microphone is an MXL V67. How long have you been here? In Japan? Since August. Well, this leg of my stay in Japan has been since August. Favorite Yes album? Close to the Edge, probably. Though Talk is really cool. It's one of my favorites. That might be number 2. Do you have a sweetheart yourself? Yes, I do. Can you play drums? I have played drums. I've been playing air drums longer than I have been playing real drums, but I was in a school band when I was in secondary school, and during a sort of casual performance, it wasn't really a performance, but we had to play anyway. It was outside. Our drummer didn't show up, so I volunteered myself to play drums, even though I'd never played drums before. It worked out kind of fine, because I knew where everything was, because I've been playing air drums for years. President, I love how you literally read Christian spelling errors once I finish eating my nuggets. I got your line. Thank you. When's the documentary going on Netflix? Damn it, Mr. Baxter. I'm not sure if I'm ready for Netflix just yet. What's your favorite song? Favorite songs. Favorite songs come and go. Plastic Love was my favorite for a while. Close to the Edge by Yes, also up there. Favorite songs. What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers. Probably one of the greatest songs ever written, I think. Did you see Cheap Trick in October? I've not. What's your what does your other half think of Christian and your Christian videos? Uh, sh I don't think she's watched them, but she respects the effort I put in, and it kind of encourages me doing it. Listen to Pink Floyd. If so, what's your favorite album? I have listened to Pink Floyd. Probably my favorite album is Dark Side. Uh, Kind of a basic answer, but I think it is their best album, the most consistent. I think. Like Ujiko or Snail House, I've not heard of them. If you'll listen to Aphex Twin, I listened to some of it a long time ago. What's up, my Irish neighbor? Hello. How are you? Listen to Kanye. I've not. No. Friends, senior quick videos. What's my father for for Julie's eyes only by mistake? Oh no. Um. My mother is not that great at English, so she probably wouldn't enjoy it that much. But my dad has seen all my videos. Uh, Actually, I started making the Christian videos in the style that I did because I wanted to make them in. I wanted to present the information in a way that my dad could understand, and that was really the driving force behind the style of the narrative, because of course he's a of course obviously he's an older guy who really doesn't know anything about Pokemon and Sonic and anything like that. So I kept that in mind. So I was trying to present information in a way that someone who has absolutely no idea what you're talking about, he they could understand it if you explained it rightly. So I think that's a kind of a good thing to keep in mind if you're making documentaries. To uh, it's kind of derogatory way to think about it, but just think that your audience has absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So I think that will help. That'll help the style maybe. You have any projects in mind after the Chris talk? Yeah, I have worked on. I've finished, almost finished, working on the scripts for two more uh, non-Chris documentaries, which I'm probably going to release during this whole Christian cycle thing. Do you like country music? A little bit, yeah. My next album I'm planning on making is kind of country esque. Do still speak Lithuanian often? Not very often. I speak with my mother in Lithuanian. Prefer the old or the new Christian sagas? Obviously the old. Still, when it was a simpler time. Will you ever do a documentary on yourself? It's not my place to make a documentary on myself. If you could own something from history, what would it be? Ooh, Clyde. What a question. If I wanted to own something, uh, yeah, the medallion would be pretty cool. Chris's glasses. The classic is in horrible disrepair, so I wouldn't want the classic. And it probably smells weird too. You should make a documentary about him. Oh, okay. You go do that. Where will the new Christian videos be posted? YouTube or elsewhere? On this channel. On Gino Samuel 2.1. Officer Nasty. Oh yeah, I'd like to own that. Where did the goofy photo of Clyde Cash come from? It was kind of a proto meme back in the day, back in 2009. Was it? It was a photo set of that guy and his brothers. I think the Gotti brothers, was it? And people just you know made fun of their appearance, and they and that's also what one of the photos in that photo set of either him or one of his brothers ended up being used for 4chan copy pasta. Shitso Cash, you know that one, I think. Not gonna lie, I have a Chris Chan Sonichu amiibo. Lucky that he actually sent it, but that was the start of the financial saga. Holy crap! Cool. Do you know these wooden badges taste delicious? Do you have a favorite movie? Probably Moscow on the Hudson. I discovered our favorite lolcow by browsing 4chan back in the day, back when I was back when I was a wide-eyed preteen, I think. No, I was a teen because I didn't get the internet until I was probably a teenager. Around I was 14, I think, when I got the internet. Of course, I went to 4chan. It was a simpler time. Yeah, yeah, I do get a cozy feeling with the earlier sagas. And Chris could have turned out normally if he had been raised better. I think so. I mean, normal, being better, a lot better than he is now. Uh, Mostly because of the parents' treatment. I think he turned out the way he did. But special special education could have helped too. Hair is pretty epic. Thank you. I feel it's a bit uncooperative today. Would you meet Chris if he reached out to you? Maybe. But he probably wouldn't do that. Any docu type project in mind. I really enjoyed your PMRC docu. Thank you, Clyde. Yes, the two documentaries that I'm gonna make eventually pretty soon are one is about Laika, the Soviet space dog that went up into space and never came back, at least alive, and the other is about the worst poet in history, William McGonagall. The script is 36 pages long, so I'd imagine that I'm gonna split it into 3 or 4 episodes. So that'd be cool. Any lolcows I should make a documentary on? Or is this Chris's special case? Yeah, I don't have plans to make any more things about lolcows, but I will do the one about William McGonagall, who was also kind of, bullied during his time. Uh, he was bullied, tricked, pranked, basically by the great grandfathers of trolls. This was back in the 1870s, 1880s. So I think his experiences were kind of similar to Chris's. To live in Tokyo, what made you relocate? I don't live in Tokyo yet. I'm in Tokyo now until tomorrow, but I live in Hokkaido, which is the northernmost island of Japan. It's very snowy, very cold now. I'll be moving to Tokyo in July, though. What do you think about Monkey Jones being covered? Rogers. I've never watched Monkey Jones. I hear he did black humor, which is honestly not the kind of thing that YouTube likes these days. Okay, see you around, Sebastian. Do you think the appeal of Christian is that he could be anyone who just refuses to grow up? Yeah, kind of. I feel like a lot of people are interested in Chris because, uh, well, at least speaking for myself, I saw a lot of Chris. I mean, I saw a lot of myself in Chris, especially when I first discovered him. I found that I related a lot to his way of thinking, and his expectations were similar to mine. But Chris is unique because he kind of refused to accept, or at least understand the kind of problems that he was making for himself. Maybe like Chris is a testament. Chris is a Chris is a parable, basically, of a life that did not get better. Basically, Chris is like you. If you did not get better, if you continue to make the wrong choices in life, you would become someone like Chris. Mm. Why did you decide to move to Japan? I always wanted to go. Oh, I'm teaching in Japan now. I was interested in Japanese culture and the language for a long time since I was a teen. How different is Hokkaido compared to mainland Japan? Oh, okay. I don't think it's that different. It's a lot colder though. Especially, I think we usually get a 5 month long winter, and spring comes in May, so that's gonna be interesting. Weather-wise, that's the most distinctive characteristic of Hokkaido. The biggest city is Sapporo, which is about 2 million people, and there's about another 2 million people across the rest of the island. So Sapporo is the biggest city by far, and most of Hokkaido is pretty rural, I think. Did you see how Chris mixed blue and green Fanta together on Twitter today? Oh yeah, that was fucking great. How's the whole teaching thing? It's okay. It's okay, but I'll be switching jobs in the summer. Probably going to do teaching, but just in Tokyo. I think Chris is so interesting because Chris is so representative of Sonic fans back then, making comics and being kind of a creep. But like so many, he didn't grow up, only worse and get more spiteful. We were cool kids because we want to distance ourselves from him and to increase the similarities to convince ourselves we will never be like that. Hmm. Something Christian could have happened to anyone with the correct circumstances. Christian just had the internet. So you live in an apartment? Uh, well, this is a hotel in Tokyo, but I live in I live a semi, I live in a semi-detached bungalow. It's very Japanesey, very traditional, and very cold. Luckily, I have a big kerosene heater to keep myself alive during the winter. Didn't know about Pokemon or Sonic before the Christian talk. Oh, I knew about them, but I really don't know anything about the lore. I mean, I could probably name 10 Pokemon. I never played the games or watched the. I watched some of the Pokemon anime when I was a wee lad. Do you think some trolls just wanted to help quick? Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the trolls thought that their trolling was in a way helping. Did you go to Sapporo Winter Festival? I don't think it started yet. I think it starts in the end of January. Can you speak Japanese? A little bit. I've been studying for 7 years though, so I should be better at it than I am now. But I do practice a lot more now because all my coworkers are Japanese, so I'm kind of forced into using the language. If you could get a grandpa troll, oh, a grandpa troll. I like enjoy just that. Uh, Henry Durger, basically early 1900 Christian. Huh. Oh, hello, WCT. I really would not get anybody interviewed for my stuff. Just the kind of style that I'm making is very solo. Hmm. Maybe I should do more stuff, like interviewing people, like a real documentarian would. I mean, because it's still possible because all the people are still alive. I mean, apart from Bob. What about Christian documentary? It's coming back. Don't worry. This guy I first heard of Christian. Oh, I was in 4chan when I heard about him. When I was uh about 14 or 15. How many anime characters have you seen walking in the streets of Japan after the merge? I've not seen anything, actually. Weird. You can interview me. Uh-huh. Okay. Thanks, Clyde. Did I miss anything? Languages. I can speak Lithuanian, English, uh, intermediate Japanese, intermediate Spanish. How cold is it in Japan? It's not too cold in Tokyo. It's about 10 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know, about 40, 50, probably closer to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, where I live, it 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 has stopped going above 0 degrees Celsius quite a while back. So usually it's hovering around -5, -10. So zero degrees is 32 Fahrenheit. So you can work that out. What time is it in Japan? It's midnight. It's 9:20 in the morning now. You remind me a lot of Frederick Newton. Oh yeah, I would not collaborate with him though. I do understand the resemblance. Have you ever made your own OC? Oh yeah, I have made my own OC. Sorry for the late reply. Yeah, his name is Dirk Simbach, and he's the star of my music videos All I Need to Know and Table for One. And I have a poster of him in my room. He looks at me when I play keyboard. Speaking of which, have you bought out and censored? How do you feel in regards to the overall censorship around it? Do you think it's needed? No. I don't think it's needed, no. Read Sancho on stream. Uh, Japanese weather's awful during summer. It's so damn humid. It's not that humid in Hokkaido, but it's horrible in Tokyo and basically the mainland Japan, in Kyoto as well, Osaka. How many doc series do you have in mind, or definitely doing sometime in the future? I have at least 3 more ideas that I want to do. Try Okinawa in the summer. Yeah, I do not want to try that. Alan Christian will last before they cut themselves from the internet entirely. That's not gonna happen. I don't think Chris is gonna be. I don't think Chris is gonna cut themselves off. Hey man, Cabbage is a good ass album. Look forward to more of your works. Thank you. Cabbage is one of my favorites. Do you think the reason Chris isn't straight anymore is because he doesn't have the moon poster to help him? Oh, damn. So are you quarter Japanese? I'm not anything Japanese. Do you recall how many sagas you aim to complete during season 2? I don't know how long season 2 will be. Is it gonna be Is it gonna be 13 episodes? Has that been decided? Is this the length of a season in Krishna comprehensive history? So I'm in the middle of 2009 now with part 14. So by part 26, where will I be? I'll be finished with Liquid. Probably be on to. I'll be finished with Casey. I'll probably move on to Jackie. Surf Shack Tito. Will I get to Barb's death by episode 26? Huh. I might. Can you do some YouTube karaoke? I might do that actually when I get back home. But I'm probably gonna stream on the other channel though, because that's more musicy. So here's my opportunity to plug my channel. Yes, if you look in the description, you'll see my a link to my music channel where I make music. That's my biggest passion in life, and not documentaries. Are you excited to meet your own OC since you've obviously survived? No, haven't you heard? The merge has been put on hold for 20 years for everyone except Chris. Japan's perfect position to be in stream in their season. Yeah. Is Chris mom alive? Yeah, she is. It's your favorite saga? I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of the Ivy saga. I think that's pretty interesting. Dickens, yeah. holiday now, or you live there? I'm on holiday in Tokyo, but I live in Hokkaido, which is still in Japan. Does the main channel still have strikes? My main channel, which is what is my main channel? I mean, this is bigger, but this is not my main channel. I'd say my main channel is Gino Samuel, which is just for music, and it's actually partnered and monetized. This will never be any of those. How'd you get into teaching? Did you join a program or a site? I did join the program. I'm on the JET program. I think it was an easy way to get into Japan. It's also a great experience to improve your teaching skills, improve your Japanese skills, meet some good people, get some good experiences. If I produce a full city pop style album, nope. I'm kind of interested in making more original city pop kind of style music, but I wouldn't want to make a whole album dedicated to that. Who is Chris? Oh boy. Hey, did you just live in Ireland? Oh yeah, I lived in Ireland for 14 years. How do I EQ piano? It's hard. It's it depends on every song kind of needs different EQ. I'm working on another album. I am a more acoustic driven, but not acoustic though. More easygoing, sort of Christopher Cross vibey album. Hopefully out this year. That's the most time consuming process while creating a documentary would be setting subtitles to audio tracks. That was pretty time consuming. Yeah, I remember part nine especially, where my narration was about 8 minutes long out of a full 40-minute episode. So I basically just did. I basically let Chris and the trolls do all the talking for me for that one. It was really tough. Uh, the subtitling and also the 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 visualization of the audio tracks. I use what do I use for that? I use Adobe something. I can't even remember the name for it. That Adobe something. Adobe After Effects, I think. Yeah, After Effects. I use After Effects for the to generate the waveform of all the like the private calls and the mumble chats. That takes a long time. It's not hard, it's just very time consuming. As a Japanese, it's not great. You watch Down the Rabbit Hole. I've watched a couple of episodes of Down the Rabbit Hole. Pretty good. Do you know a good map of Quickville? I want to build Quickville on Lego Loco. I'm surprised there isn't a working map on the Quickie though. All I need to know is an awesome song that gets stuck in my head all the time. Oh, thank you. And sorry. Judging by rope, did you just stop Christian stuff to focus on your Jedi training? Also, did the eventual version cause you to collide with Japan? I collided with Japan a long time before the merge. Have you gotten into Terry A. Davis? I've not yet. Do you use the transcripts provided by the Quickie? I do, yeah, but I find a lot of them are inaccurate, so I end up doing my own transcripts as well. I feel like being a creator on YouTube is as safe as having a salaried job. Do you feel YouTube needs to fix something to make creators feel like part of the team? Oh yeah, I mean they need to, but will they? Because it's in their best interest to, I don't know, become like the next TV, right? I kind of said it in a previous video that that YouTube is becoming more like TV, and and within good reason, because they need advertisers to come to them and they need to make advertisers feel like they're safe, to post their ads on, you know, on videos all across the platform, and they really don't really have much leeway for controversial content, which is the kind of content that a lot of people, I think, want, but I don't think they're gonna get much of it. And money wise, I think the people who have made it, I think they're okay, or have really made it, with millions of subs. I think they'll be okay, but I think it's really hard to break through, like in the current state of things. Do you collect anything? So what? Collect. I collect records, but I don't have a big collection though. I have a lot of records. I think over 50. Back in Dublin, I miss them, and I have, I think, over 10 that I purchased during my current stay in Japan. Is it cold in Tokyo right now? It's not that cold. It's about 10 degrees Celsius. I prefer advertising over quality. Yeah, YouTube 2018. Rewind to show that. Yeah. Are you ready for YouTube reality TV where every channel is scripted by staff? I think a lot of it is already. Like like lots of channels that you think are made by creators are actually just, fronts for companies. Had any karaage lately? I I bought some Family Mart karaage yesterday actually. Had it for lunch. Really cool. Chris Chan was sort of a rite of passage into 4chan Sonic culture. Yeah. Nice to this. Maybe the AMD page made for the Christian dog. Oh yeah. No, I've seen it. I haven't contributed anything to it. And outside of YouTube, I have not advertised or talked about the Christian stuff anywhere. So all the stuff you see about Christian and me, I've not made. I'm heading to all those Torihime Torinosuke places myself. Hmm. Good choice. I'm just saving money now, so I'm living off of fried noodles. I mean, instant noodles and microwaved 7-Eleven meals. What is in your opinion on the 4chan split? I don't know. I think it'll be about the same as before. When will you collab with Chris and the Hedgehog Boys? I don't want to collab. Your stomach easily accept Japanese cuisine. Oh yeah, I'm pretty good with Japanese cuisine. Where's your Q&A video? Get the warm boss coffee from the vents. No. Georgia is the best. None of that boss stuff. I can't stand it. As Georgia European is the best coffee. 10K Q&A. It might come up. I think it's kind of cringy, so I don't want to put it up. It's convenient, as good as they say. Oh, it's great. Yeah, really good. Just for learning keyboard. I started just a week ago. No idea. No idea. No idea. I really don't. I'm not really classically trained. I just press keys, and I find something that sounds good, so I play it. I really have no, working knowledge of musical theory or proper techniques. So I just did it all myself. How big of a culture shock was it when it came from Dublin to Tokyo? Not that much, because I've been pretty knowledgeable of Japanese culture. I've been studying in Japanese. I've been studying Japanese in university for the 2 years prior, and my stay in Tokyo was part of an exchange program. I think I was pretty well versed in what to expect, so nothing really shook me. You know, I knew it wasn't gonna be like the Animus, so I knew not to expect that. Things were pretty okay. I sat back and tried to think what it must be like to be Chris. I try not to do that. So I should give the music. Oh, thank you. I think it comes from being in a musical household. Both my parents were musicians, so maybe it runs in the blood. Wait, you're not American? I would never guess you were from Dublin. I'm not from Dublin, actually. I'm from Lithuania. Dublin's just my adopted home. Well, it was. Now it's looking like Japan. You're Bob, very world conscious and collecting records. No, no, it is scary that I do see myself in Bob as well. What mic equipment are you using? Yep, MXL V67, and I'm also plugged in into a little mixing desk here. It's a Yamaha. Shit, sorry, and it's a Yamaha Audiogram 3 USB audio interface. I've had it for a long, long time, and yeah, it still works. It serves me well. Oh yeah, most people think I'm American, actually. Plastic glove cover is an absolute banger. Thank you. Where in Lithuania did you live? I'm from Kaunas. That's where I lived for my formative years until I was about 9. Yeah, the former USSR. I was born after it became independent. Do you like memes? I do like memes. Just like in Australia. Mm-hmm. Excuse me for a while. Will you be with Jet in Tokyo or are you ditching them? I am. I like the term ditching, but I'm leaving to. I am leaving the Jet program. What languages do you speak? English, Lithuanian. Uh, I have a working knowledge of Spanish and Japanese as well. How much in your life are you most proud of? And getting myself to Japan was pretty cool. What's your job? Assistant English teacher. Where's your current favorite meme? I actually have not been keeping up with the meme economy recently. I actually don't know. You speak Ebonics. I know of Ebonics. I actually kind of had to learn about them during university stuff. Would you recommend someone who's always wanted to go to Japan visit on the first trip? Well, Tokyo's pretty cool if you're into that sort of stuff. Uh, People recommend Kyoto for the more Japanesey side of Japan, but based on some friends' accounts, Kyoto seems like a very touristy place. Maybe it's too touristy to be enjoyed. Maybe even more touristy than Tokyo, probably. So Hokkaido's pretty cool, especially during winter. You should check out the snow festival and all the winter stuff in Hokkaido and Sapporo. Chris knows about the documentary, right? Well, he knew about it at least. Have you been to Osaka? I have not. Excuse me. He knew about it from the Coppets interview back when Part 10 was fresh. I don't think he's watched it, but he at least knows about it, and he but it doesn't really pay much attention to it, I think. What meme would I bring back? Which one did I like? I like a lot of memes. Which one did I like more than the rest? I don't know. I am a fan of the Connect Four memes. I think those are really cool. I need to get a new cable. This is getting too much. This is getting too noisy. Si tienes conocimiento en el idioma español, entonces. Eh? Do you know about non-English speaking logos? I know about the German guy, Dragon Lord, but I don't really know much about his life story. Great question. What are the skies like in Japan? Any different than the rest of the world? Skies are very skies have been very blue in Tokyo. Uh, it's been nice to see. Are skies different? Yes, they are. Especially in Dublin, where Dublin, especially in the mornings and the evenings, they get so many chemtrails. It's kind of scary. I don't really see that much in Japan. Would you know how to speak Spanish? I've studied Spanish for 10 years, but I don't know how to speak Spanish. What brought you to like the music enough to make it? Brought you to like music enough to make? Oh, I don't know. Music has always been a part of my life. I started making music when I was about no 9, uh, or 8 or 9. My parents got me a phone with with a I think it was a Sharp that it was a Sharp flip phone where you could make your own songs or your own ringtones. Like it was like a 16-bit or 8-bit, simple stuff. But I started composing music on a phone. Okay, peace. Thanks for joining in. Like any of the wave genres, I like retro wave. Some of it. I think a lot of it is really repetitive, but I do like it. The guy who is called El Guerrero de Dios, or God Warrior in English, just go look at the pictures. Oh, okay. There's 8 potatoes, and now I'm starting to feel it to come right away. I'm not like, oh. Tell me Radiohead is your favorite. I don't like Radiohead. Uh, I'm not really good at Spanish, by the way, Mexican viewer. Uh, I'm not good, but I do know some of it. I studied for 10 years. I should know more. Also been studying Japanese for close to 7 years now. Still not really good at it. Looks like you want to be Hugh Hefner. Preferred genre? Prog. Prog rock. Many anime schoolgirls have fallen in love with you while you were in Japan. I don't know about anime schoolgirls, just schoolgirls in general. What Japanese music do you recommend? I like Perfume, especially before 2013. I think that's where they started going towards a more dubsteppy, westernized direction, and I think they lost their appeal. Also, I recommend the Shags. Has anyone made a documentary about the Shags? Because I want to make one. What do you into prog rock? Like Marillion? Yes, King Crimson, Genesis. A bit of Jethro Tull, Camel, Caravan. I'm in a hotel, yeah. What do you think about the current state of American politics? Politics is not something I will ever discuss. At least I will try my best not to discuss anything political. And excuse me, I'm going to be making my breakfast now. UFO noodles. What got you into prog rock? What got me into prog rock was my dad knew of the band called Yes, and I thought it was a funny name for a band, but I never really listened to them because I actually didn't have the internet at the time. And then I saw in a newspaper clipping that Yes was going to be performing in Dublin, and I told that to Dad. It's like, oh, cool. Then pretty shortly afterwards, I found out that he bought tickets. So I saw Yes in December 2009, I think, during that lineup, 2008 or 2009, with Benoit David in and who was the lead singer in that lineup. And yeah, so that it started from there. So I listened to Yes on the internet. Then I started exploring other prog rock artists, and I was kind of disappointed because I was kind of expecting every band to sound like Yes, but that's not what prog is about. But I got used to that, so I started getting into Genesis, then later Marillion, King Crimson. Um, do you like Fugazi? Not really. Not really. My favorite Fish era Marillion album is the last one that he made, Clutching at Straws. I mean, with the band. Favorite instrument to play? Probably keyboard, because I'm the most good at it. To describe the idea that limitations inspired art. Yes, 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 yes. I've been There've been several instances during my music making career where I've limited myself to a certain style or certain instruments that really made a particular album sound the way it does. Like Octagon is made to sound like uh, like a synthesizer album from 1982, and I limited myself to synthesizers that only existed up until 82 or 83. So, and Pythagore is made to sound like it's made for 1985. So I kind of did the same thing there. Tokyo Computer Music made it sound something like Nakata Yasutaka's work. Uh, Distemper, the album, is made to sound absolutely nothing like contemporary music. So I was limiting myself there by refusing to uh, confide to the norms. Healthy for autistic people to smoke weed? I'm generally curious. I'm not sure. I'm not autistic or a weed smoker. Are you a dog person or a cat person? I think I'm more towards dogs or cats. It changes, but I think I'm more dogs. Frank Zappa. Oh yeah, I know about Frank Zappa. Know him pretty well. Listen to a lot of his work. I like it. Doctorate on weed research. Where's to go? Holy crap. Good luck with that. Started smoking weed recently. Now he's acting like a married cartoon character. It's gone. I think that happened. I think that would have happened regardless on whether he started smoking weed or not. How much attention did you anticipate the Christian docs to get, or were you surprised by how much they received? I was very surprised to get as much attention as I did. I knew it was going to get, some views from Christian aficionados, and probably mentioned in Kiwi forums as well, but I had no idea it was going to get as big as it did. I mean, by the time the channel went down, the first episode, part one, the original iteration of it had over 300,000 views, and that was after about 4 months of being online. And I got 10K subs in about 4 or 5 weeks. That was insane. Have you ever taken any drugs? I have not. I have been offered LSD by my roommate, but no. I said just flat out no. I'm not interested. I want to say I'm from watching the comment service remind I'm the ones for the Pickle Man, the bit where Chris hands in his World War One essay. But Japan and America wanted to get it on. What YouTubers do I watch? Watch PewDiePie, Captain Sparkles. Recently started watching Charles Koss for the mysteries in history side of things. I'm really interested in that too. Also recommend Bright Insight, if you don't know. I don't think she can afford weed. I think she's being given the weed, right? Of all the C-Chan stuff, yours is honestly the best. Thank you. Okay, just gonna boil some water, don't mind me. Just gonna eat some UFO noodles. That's been breakfast today. Before we go out to Ueno Park, go to the zoo, and then the Natural History Museum. Kind of random, and cat swaggers in a way. Ah. Oh yes. Yeah, apologies for anyone who doesn't expect a mukbang, but it's going to become a mukbang very shortly. You're a DBZ fan. I used to be. I mean, I don't hate it now. I just don't consume it. God awful atrocious disgusting Reddit videos on YouTube. I'm not having any bias. I watch those god awful Reddit videos all the time. It's some of my favorite stuff to watch. Is that a guilty pleasure? I don't know. Just it's relaxing. I think it's kind of a relaxing, thing for me. And those Reddit videos, they're kind of an eclectic mix of things that I don't know about, and sometimes I learn new things. I learn about new people, and I don't know, it's interesting for me. How old are you? I'm 24. What age range are my students? Um, 4 to 15. That really pushed the limit. Have a good day. Bye. Hello, Yumi. Josh, the owner of Q Farms, tried everything in his power to push away the bad influence, and Chris just doubled down and went back to them. I think that doubled down brought the merge. Maybe. Also, Josh has stopped communicating with Chris and stopped contributing to the Christian side of Kiwi Farms altogether. So yeah, things aren't going well with Josh and Chris. I think people have been really helping him. Yeah, the captain on Kiwi Farms was helping him for a while, but his mistake was buying into the Christian merge stuff, saying that Magic-Chan talked to him and whatnot. Oh God, I said whatnot unironically, and that just encouraged Chris more. And that was a mistake. Oh, 40 coffee as well. Cool. It's like watching a train crashing in slow motion. That's kind of like the way it is. Yeah. Why is your internet connection so good? Do you pay a little extra? I'm actually plugged straight into the LAN in my hotel room, so maybe that's why. Josh needs to make up with Chris. They made such a good couple, and now Chris is trying to make Josh jealous with Magic-Chan. Oh, that's what that is. Is the brain tumor thing just a rumor? Yeah, it's just a rumor. But some people have hinting at, there's something going on with his head. He's been saying that he can feel like electricity running through his body, and some people say that's a telltale sign for something worse to come. Is the brain tumor thing just a favorite food? Probably yakisoba from the Japanese side of things, pizza from the Western side of things. Was one of the teen trends posing as Magic-Chan, saying that Magic-Chan was possessed. I actually don't know whether the teen troons had anything to do with the Magic-Chan troll, who sometimes is Australian or from New Zealand, like on the Twitter post. I don't get how Chris can draw his entire life, but it's still be bad at drawing. Hey, I've been speaking Japanese for 7 years, but I'm still crap at Japanese. It's possible. the teen troons, one of them paid, I think, over $1,000 for the ripped up pieces of She Came for Quick, which Chris, I think, hand delivered to one of their houses. I think that's how they met first. So yeah, they became friends by paying him. That's basically the only way to get Chris to do anything these days is pay him. Oh no. Sorry, I said it already, but yes, I am on the JET program. How much did MLP influence Quick? Influenced him a lot, especially during the 2012, 2015 phase before he got into hyperdimension Neptunia. So it was an interesting part of the Christian saga to you. Interesting part. It's a shame that we don't know more about the dynamic of the Chandler household. I mean, we do have the accounts from Chris. There's some sparse recordings of Chris interacting with his parents, but I just liked more about that. And that's the most interesting. Do you think Barb was abusive? I think she's abusive. Uh, abusive in a yeah. It is a yukata. It's a hotel yukata, but I think she's abusive in a way that she how should I say? She takes advantage of Chris mm, by manipulating Chris. She I don't think she was ever like physically beating Chris, but I do think she's abusive in the way that she uh, says that she will do things like bad things to herself if Chris doesn't do whatever. Uh, I think she yelled at Chris. I think that happened. She forced Chris to sleep with her, to cuddle with her. And then Bob said, "No, that's weird." And then she yelled at Bob. Yeah, emotional manipulation. Yeah, that's. I think that's Barb's game. Eve Harvey was killed by CIA to kill Kennedy. Was hard by this. I don't think he killed Kennedy. I don't think he's the guy who pulled the trigger. I think it's a patsy, as he said, because it makes absolutely no sense. The bull trajectories, but that's a story for another day. When you decide to start a documentary in the first place, do you regret it after the trouble it caused? I mentioned it's going to be a bigger project than you anticipated. It has become bigger than I anticipated, and I made it because I wanted a documentary to exist like it. I wanted a comprehensive documentary where everything was laid out in video form, easy to digest, uh, and longer than an hour. I felt that the Satchmo documentary was too short, so that's why I wanted to make my own take on it, a longer, more comprehensive take. And that's kind of the way that I make music too. Is I want to listen to this particular type of music that I hear in my head, but I know it doesn't exist. So instead, I make it. Hold on, I missed some comments. I just wanted to try it after for 7 years, but I'm a little nervous going away for a long time. Any advice? It will be different. It will be a different world. Um, Basically, if you want to come here, you should come here. I mean, if you have doubts, maybe you should reconsider. But I mean, it's hard to say for sure because everyone deals with moving to a new place in different ways. Really don't have much advice on that. Is Christian the original Brony considering the first 3-day poster featured in MLP? Yeah, I think it's the original Brony. I actually have to mention that in my redux. So bad for do a little. Oh yeah. Oh, I missed him. You help. Imagine taking a commission and being pulled into a rabbit hole. If Chris eventually passes, it'd be more him. I might more him. Will you ever do a doc series to newborn? Never heard of that. Same things happen to you, and the people's bad because they just go away or kill themselves. Just a large bundle of happenstance. That one wasn't very personal either. I mean, it was like a high school project or maybe a junior high school project. I mean, I don't blame him for being not professional. Do you pity Chris? A little bit. Which figures in Chris's life fascinate you the most? Figures in Chris's life? Bob. Probably Bob. Kind of a basic answer, but I think that's true. Just came out. I saw an increase in Chris Dawkins series documentary on the YouTube channel. Do you think you influenced that way? Just noticed more. No, I definitely think I contributed more to the Christian craze on YouTube. And I mentioned in the previous video that I kind of made Christian documentary into a subgenre of YouTube videos. Was it Megan who got him into MLP? Yeah, it was Megan. This is big initiatives keeping farms making out to be. I don't think they're as big as an issue as they used to be, but they're still a bit of an issue. Because they do be refreshed when talking about Chris. Yeah, I think their news is a lot like Christian. They both give death threats to people over stupid things no one cares about. Ears of a man with a jawline like Gino. Jesus Christ. Thank you. That's my jaw. It will ever conclude for you. Christian documentary concludes. Do you done with Chris, or do you think it will ever conclude for you? It will conclude when Chris dies. That's my way of thinking about it. The Christian documentary will die with Chris. Where's your sexy turtleneck? It's back in Hokkaido. I actually have 3 now. Do you come from wealth? I do not. I do not come from wealth. You'll ever make a project as big as encompassing as the Christian once again? No. I'm envisioning a multi-part series about William McGonagall and G.G. Allen, which are going to be pretty comprehensive, I think, but nothing is going to be, 40 or 50 episodes long, like the Christian doc will eventually be, I think. Why people won't let her be. Yeah, they really should let her be, right? If Chris dies, won't you make a Dimensional Merge spin-off? As well, less Chris-centric content from you. I'll still be making music. And I'll be making those other 2 documentaries during the whole Christian thing. You'll kill the GG dog. Oh, thank you. Hopefully. How much these people are showing you in the compliments in these streams boosted your confidence? I don't know. Of course the compliments are nice, but I don't really pay much attention to the compliments or the hate, because mostly I just make what I want to make, and regardless on whether people want to see it or not, I'll make it because I want to make it. And if I stop making it, it means I don't want to do it anymore. And that was what stopped the Christian series the first time, because I was just really sick of it. And if I continued making it, people, I think, would lose interest or maybe complain more, because they could tell that I wasn't really into it. And I think the thing that makes it good is because I want to do it, because I have a passion for it. So I think I'm ready to come back to it now. Do you think the Chris theme... Oh, yeah. I made the Chris theme song myself, yeah. The rest of the music in the series is stock music, mostly from Kevin MacLeod. And I was thinking that the Christian series really should need a theme song. And I was looking for stuff, but I felt that nothing really suited what I had in my head, so I made it myself. What about the thirsty females? Do they boast it at all? Thirsty females. I haven't seen too much of those. Too many of those. I'm trying to change Chris's name is worth pretty fast. Is it true about what they said about Asian women? What do they say though? Are they really bad drivers? I haven't seen too many. I haven't seen too many Asian drivers here. I mean, I don't look at drivers that much in general. I mean, but there are men and women. There's no problem with that. What made you want to reboot the Quick Docs? I've been wanting to reboot the docs even when I was making the original run of season 1, if you want to call it. Maybe around 11, maybe starting from episode 10 onwards. Maybe I've been having this idea that I felt that my style, my consistency has changed from episode 1, and I really like consistency. and that annoyed me. So, so I wanted to reboot it to make it more consistent. But it's always been in the works. That the pickle man still posts about Chris on the Q forums. Ugh. Yeah, he's pretty involved in the whole Christian thing. He's also, I think he also kind of runs the quickie as well. Recently, the quickie transferred to a different server, so he was in charge of that as well. How xenophobic are the older Japanese? Some of them are, especially in my town. I mean, they're not outright hateful, but they don't greet me as they walk across the street. Uh, uh, when we're crossing each other on the sidewalk, I can see through my peripherals that they're staring at me, and when we're about to cross, I look at them, and then they immediately do this, like, don't pretend that you don't gawk at me. I'm not just looking at this weird-looking white man in your town. And you probably don't want me to be there. I mean, some are nice as well. Uh, I might release an album of original like documentary music because I made all the I made all the music for the PMRC video. Oh, and by the way, the noodles are yakisoba, so I'm happy. That the abusive babysitter. After the pickle man, all the creativity drains. I don't know what happens in the past, but I want people to stop doing it in the future. Yeah. I think Christian has more stories and events than anyone else in history. I wouldn't say that, but yeah, he does have a lot of interesting anecdotes, doesn't he? Christian is a lifestyle. Once you get in, you meet friends and build relationships while watching this spectacle of a person. I think that's possible, yeah. Very powerful. Spickles. Kristen Mayor Quickville. Yes, hates pickles. Huh. Was the most documented person in history? Or the people like Julius Caesar or Perez? No, I don't feel like there's much records about, the likes of Julius Caesar. I mean, do you know what Julius Caesar ate for breakfast on this particular date? You probably know that about Chris, probably because it's predictable, fast food stuff. But still, I think a lot of people, especially nowadays, have the potential of becoming as documented as Chris because I think the biggest reason why Chris has that title is because people got into his private email accounts. They watched his videos. They compiled all his information into one place. It makes it seem like there's this huge, database of Christian content. But really, if any one person in this day and age, got hacked, if their phone got hacked, if someone took all the private videos that they made, found their YouTube channel, found all the private messages on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, if you took all that information, put it into one place, I think millions of people could rival the amount of content that Chris has. You rather watch a 36-hour documentary on Christine than a 30-minute documentary on the Normandy landings. Or Normandy. I don't keep in touch with the Amberlynn Reed stuff. Do you like Godzilla movies? I've seen all of them. I do have a soft spot for Zilla of '98. I watched that when I was a kid. I think the uploads will be weekly, every Saturday or Sunday. I have to figure out what time I was uploading back when I was in Dublin because I'm in a different time zone now, so I want to keep that consistency. Uncle Spunky is a really funky monkey. The only thing that happened in Normandy is the Normandy landings. An Atari 2600 game of Sonic. That's cool. I think that would be cool. Are they still re-releasing the Atari 2600? I heard there was a thing. You need to make sure about that. I think Chris posted about it as well. Are you a fan of the Rolling Stones? I am not. I am not. I'm a bigger fan of the Beatles, but I still don't avidly follow the Beatles either. I like their stuff from Sgt. Pepper's onwards. Before that, I really didn't see the appeal of them. I didn't think they were any different from other contemporaries like the Monkees or, I don't know, Herman's Hermits. I was unable to make a sound true in Little Big Planet. Oh. Really? Did you follow Chris's instructions? Do you like video games? And if so, what are your favorites? I do not like video games. It'll be called the Sancho of my mind. Chris's story, I think, is too difficult to adapt to the big screen. For someone so invested in Chris, you sure are a normie. I'd say I'm pretty normal, but I am in Japan, though, so there's that. A sizable amount of money in Atari stock when they announced they were making another console. That was an absolutely awful idea. Yeah. A TV show, maybe, yeah. But not a movie. What's my opinion on the dimensional merge? It's confusing as all hell. I think I kind of get it, but still. Heard Japan banned modding to hardcore and software. If it doesn't like the service, I think a lot of people will buy it. Just imagine having an owl necklace of Sonic shoes walking around. He did handmade many Sonic shoes a while back. That was like in the beginning of the financial saga. I think he made over 100 before he got bored or something. He was making mad cash too. Just bring some furikake on my noodles. He could have continued making the medallions and making as much money as he wanted to get himself out of debt, I think, as well. But, you know, work. How they got him for shark retail, I don't understand. I don't know this. There's probably lots of secretive fans of Quick, you know. Does not make color palettes for his OC's opinion. Color palettes. That sounds like an artistic thing to do. I don't know anything about palettes. Mine was for Legos and games, not bills. Yeah, that's also the issue too. I mean, he could do many things. He could contribute to his bills instead of donating to causes and becoming a patron on Patreon for different types of people. Bob Chandler or Homer Simpson as a father? Probably Homer, actually. So I mean, Regina, but even better. Then again, how can you improve perfection? It's actually making speak fluent Japanese. That would be okay. Is Liquor Chris the true and honest quick? Is he? I think that debate will be resolved in part 15 or 16. If there's an idea, Chris can unironically say it's original. I'm gonna cause Zap to the extreme. Is that original? I actually didn't research the origins of Zap to the extreme. It does sound pretty original. Original quotes. You don't have to tell me twice. But during the Stone Age. He doesn't blend colors and takes cues from OG Sonic or R2's 2-3 max colors on one character. I mean, that's what I would do, but I have no artistic training either. Sugar's Hold best wreck. From kids' books, from what I remember from the quickie. Oh, it is from kids' books. Did you enjoy Chris Chan's appearance in Record Told? Yeah, it was great. Ireland? I'll probably say it more like an American would. Or no, Americans say it's Ireland or something. I say Ireland. That's kind of close to the Irish pronunciation. Someone knocking on my door. Probably not. No. No, never mind. I put up a do not disturb on my door. So I think that was even next door. Have you seen nudes of him? Oh yeah, I've seen many nudes of thing. I've seen all the sex tapes. And I personally censor everything for you. Yes, I'm in a hotel. So I'm starting just thinking about Chris's dick. Should you look up Chris's dick? Are you actually curious about it? I mean, everyone should see it at least once in their life. Oh no. If Chris passed away, would you make the pilgrimage to Virginia? I would not. But I'm pretty sure many Kiwis would. It's really as bent as they say. It is. It's kind of impressive. I've showed it to a couple of my friends as well. They were very impressed with it. Okay, I'll be right back. Good luck, Ziggy. Will they go homeless? I'm not sure if they'll go homeless though. Still friends with them after you traumatize them. I haven't talked to them in a while, but I think that just happens after you graduate from uni. No, I would not buy anything from Chris. Yes, I did move to Japan after uni. What do you think will happen after his mother dies? I think there's a lot of financial stuff that he has to deal with after his mother dies. I'm not sure if he'll be able to keep his head above water after being the head honcho of the household finally. Her friends really enjoyed the visit, but she saw it as nothing more than comedy. She didn't absorb any of the morbid, depressing. Should I be concerned? Yeah, I should be concerned. God damn. My videos are not a comedy. They are a tragedy more than a comedy. Great March Saga? Confusing as all heck. I'm going to cover it later. Part 42. I used YouTube Downloader for most of the Krishan videos because most of them are on YouTube. And I do have a soft spot for the Ivy Saga. I think it was pretty interesting. It really brought out Chris's most creepy side. It was really creepy during the Ivy Saga. Do you think Chris is or was racist? Yeah. I don't think he particularly knew why he was racist. I mean, he didn't have any reason of his own. He just, I think if he picked up a lot of Bob's stuff, you know, he just kind of absorbed the world he was living in. He absorbed what Bob was saying. I don't think Bob was a member of the KKK or anything. He wasn't. It wasn't terribly racist, but I think he did throw around some racial slurs, maybe. What's the most disgusting saga you've seen? Probably the Unklage. Feel sorry for Barb or Bob. Kind of feel sorry for Barb as well. Some people on the farms have been saying that Barb's still alive now as punishment for her bad deeds, because she has to live with Chris the way he is now, having sex with his original characters. I think Chris is still homophobic in some way. I think it's mostly gone now. I'm not sure why or how, but I think he's he came out as bi and he's married to his male characters as well. So I'd say he's okay with it now somehow. He humped a body pillow in front of his mom, as as retaliation. Yep. I'm just thinking of all those childhood photos of Barb and Chris together. So happy to think that about 30 years after that, Chris humped a body pillow in front of Barb because he was angry at her. That shit fucks you up, man. And I just won. You think July is a wing meme? Oh yeah, definitely. You can hit the iggy of a gay man while enjoying taking off the bum. He did kiss a lot of people at a lot of men as well at the too many games incident. Is doxing weens ethical? It's a bit extreme, yeah. I think it's extreme. Are the noodles good? They're pretty good. You can witness your child doing that naked themselves in therapy or help. If you advise someone who wants to move to another country, I think you should know what you're getting into. I mean, it's good to know the language of your country. Can you read the package? I threw out the package, sorry, but it's UFO. And I couldn't read it. It was hard. I feel bad for Chris's brother most of all. Oh, he's doing fine. He's not doing fine, but I think he's doing better than what he would be doing if you were just, keeping contact with the Chandlers. I'm into Japanese culture. I like the movies. I mean, some of them. I'm a big fan of Kurosawa movies, and I do love Chushingura, which is the storytelling aspect of the 47 Ronin story. Why cook noodles if you can eat them raw? VGMs. Video game music. I do love the Undertale music though. Ironically, Seven Samurai, great. Are American movies dubbed or subbed in Japan? They're subbed or dubbed. I mean, they're both. I think the earliest releases of non Japanese movies are first subbed, and then dubs come a bit after. Maybe that's why it takes so long for movies to reach Japan, because they have to dub them first. I don't know. I'm 24. Yeah, they watch it raw. I gotta go out soon. Can't burn too much daylight. Oh no. A lot of people say I'm younger. Why did you start a documentary series? Because I wanted a documentary like it to exist, but it didn't. So I decided to make it myself. It's also kind of the thought process about making music. Oh, you ever get tired of answering the same questions over and over again? Not really. Because I understand that there's new people coming in, and they haven't heard the stuff before. I understand, that's fine. I did that a lot when I was doing my English community area work in Tokyo the first time. Meeting new Japanese students, asking them all the same questions and answering all the same questions. It's fine. What time is it? It is 9. Is it 10? It's 20. It's 10:29 in the morning, and I'm staying in a hotel in Tokyo. Going back to my home in Hokkaido tomorrow. Good night, not me. It's very late. Sleep tight. Are the panty vending machines real? I've not seen any. I think they're probably pretty rare, but they probably do exist somewhere, some tucked away corner in a suburb. I don't know. There are lots of vending machines though, for all different types of things: hot drinks and cold drinks. Got coffee. I hear you got beer. I haven't seen the beer vending machines, but popular smoking is still pretty popular, and you can get cigarettes out of vending machines as well, and you can get ice cream out of vending machines. It's really cool. You can get ice cream vending machines in in the subway stations. It's called 17 Ice. No public drinking laws, correct? I mean, people don't usually drinking in public because that's kind of rude. There are plenty inebriated people out on the street, but they don't drink in public. Curse will be a legend in the future. Quakery will be probably censored with a lot more documents or long around him. No one will know of Chris to prevent another. The vintage mounts always seems like a fun distraction from young. I went to the sumo tournament during my first day in Tokyo. I stayed for 5 hours. I was there for the final. That was pretty cool. It's, I don't watch it on TV or anything. I just do my own thing. Do you like being around Akihabara district? I've been in Akiba a couple of times. I went there 2 days ago. Can't sleep. Need a lullaby. You're not gonna get it from me. Have you kissed your crush under the sakura trees yet, Gino-kun? Nope. Just have to wait until May for that. This is some fun slang you've learned recently. Slang? I haven't learned slang actually. All the people I hang around with are teachers, and they're pretty well behaved, and the students don't use that slang around me, but they do. Yeah, but they do say stuff like "fuck you," and they learn this. They use it sometimes. Oh, dear God. So yeah, I'm not gonna name names, but I mean, they're teenagers. They learn these things from somewhere. How do you say "fuck your news"? It's actually kind of hard to say. I don't think I could say those things in Japanese. It's for legal reasons. So in America, everyone learns. I don't know. Is my chin leaking? What the hell is happening? Some thick yakisoba sauce. But I don't know, likelihood of nobody knowing the story is unlikely to happen. With the internet, why does this Chris story has many ways of resurfacing? I don't think it extends much outside of the English-speaking world, though. Nobody in Japan knows about Chris. At least not yet. Oof, excuse me. Okay. Wide but shallow. Mukbang stream. Just a little bit. Hello. I'm almost finished the mukbanging. Could a Chris type situation happen in Japan given its culture? Feels like that's pretty likely. Feels like it already has happened, just not as widely known. And teach the students the story of Christian and spread it. Don't want to do that. Yakisoba is my favorite food, so that's pretty noodly. Also like udon. I make vegan udon at home. To speak English with Chris's accent. Dear God. Dear God, I don't want to do that. What's the weirdest thing I've seen so far? I mean, for a country that has an international reputation for, obviously censoring their pornography, I mean, they're pretty open about their sexuality and sexual practices. There's a big store here called Don Quixote, where they have this curtained off adult section, and it's a transparent curtain, so it doesn't really hide much. So you can buy all kinds of sex toys there. But there's a perfectly public section that that features Tenga. Tenga is the brand of fleshlight. It's this sort of gray and silver and red striped fleshlight. Probably the most famous brand of fleshlight, and that's it has its own little aisle in it. It's free to walk in on and just get a feel for the Tengas. And there's a Tenga action figure as well. That's weird. In that same shop, I also saw a penis water pistol. And yeah, other weird stuff. I mean, the maid cafes I think are a little weird. I was gonna say something else about something. Ah, damn. Oh yeah, and when you go to a book off, which is the secondhand bookstore where you can buy all types of manga. You have these aisles, these really long aisles of of specific kinds of genres of books, of mangas, age ranges, and you suddenly take a wrong turn and you end up in front of this aisle that is all pink. Like what are these pink books? Like, oh no. Like, oh no, this is the hentai aisle. Why am I here? And then there's this middle-aged, overweight guy just standing there, just thumbing through the hentai. I was like, oh, I need to get out of here. And yeah, walking through Shinjuku, I think, exploring that region. I take a wrong turn, end up in a red light district, Love hotels abound. Yeah, that happens. It's too early to tell how far the world will treat the story of Chris. Oh. The Japanese aren't making any children, so what? They can't get in practice, they can't keep in life theory. I don't think it's so much of a not want to have children's rather than um, putting your putting your career first before your family. I think in Japanese culture, it's very important, you know, to have a job, to have a career. I think that comes before family in lots of people's minds, especially in the more urban areas like Tokyo. I was thinking of doing a Japanese style some videos. Yeah, I've not been to pro wrestling, and love hotels are indeed a thing. They can get really fancy. In the Japanese episode of Mad Adventures, I've not. The Japanese bit that would be great. Maybe. I was actually thinking of making a series about yokai. You know, the Japanese folklore monsters, ghosts and monsters. And I was thinking of dedicating an episode to one yokai. So doing a series like that. That's a glove cover, man. Just like this one. Thank you. That was a fun song to do. It took a few months. I have not read or seen JoJo. But yeah, just go on. My teachers. Because, oh, you like Boila. Making jokes about me loving yaoi. Hmm. Did you watch a Pronto? Huh, maybe. It has yes in it. It has roundabout by yes, so maybe I should watch it. Okay, this getting too cold. Blue and red Onito. Maybe I know that one. Some modern day Left Caddy or Hearn shit would go down really well on YouTube. It would be interesting. Yeah, Left Caddy or Hearn, man. Irish people really love to claim Left Caddy or Hearn as Irish, even though he was maybe I think a quarter Irish and 3/4 Greek. But he did settle in Japan and became kind of Japanese, honorary Japanese. We're serious about when they said the current saga is episode 42. Yeah, maybe. I think that if we were to talk about the events of January 2019, I think that's closer to episode 48 maybe. Japanese are so married to their work they aren't going into romantic relationships as much as the pre-World War II generations has the hentai. Yeah, because that's a ton. Yeah, it is a ton of bits. Japanese TV shows you watch, do you like to do, or still prefer to watch Western shows? Anything Gaki no Gaki no Sakai, you mean? I did watch the older stuff with Downtown, yeah, but I usually watch Cheers or Frasier or Night Court or Taxi or Wings, old stuff. I don't know the types of mochi, but I do like mochi. It's a bit difficult at first because it is tasteless, but it's tasteless and kind of difficult to eat as well. But if you mix it up with some red bean paste, it's really good. Most of are one too. It's great shaman. American TV have Japanese dubs. Dubs or subs. But I don't watch too many Japanese TV. Or too much Japanese TV. Is it true that white men are extra attractive to Japanese women? I think so. I never got any attention when I was in Dublin. And I got too much attention when I was in Tokyo. What of the Three Stooges? Was never a fan of the Three Stooges. I much prefer the Marx Brothers. Having access to the wikis and documentaries in real time doesn't realize he's being trolled. You can clearly read how. It's effort, you know? How often were you groped so far in Japan? I have not been groped. I don't think. I'm attracted to BTS. Is that weird? Nope. That's a weird sound. Sorry about that. It's a swish cup. That's how you drink, right? Gonna go out in about 15 minutes. Going to Ueno Park. Final day of Tokyo. Better make it good. It's very fun. Bye, Ashley. Thanks for coming by. Coming by? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of weird. Sweet Prince. I don't think she's dying. I'm trying to show sign. Is that weird? It's a little weird. It's weird because I feel like I don't speak much English, or as much English as I used to. No, because I just don't live in an environment where I can get to use, natural English. I use English in class, of course, but it is very simplified, friendly English. Is the police presence slow? I mean, it's still a densely packed country. There is police. There's a thing in Japan called koban, which are, I think, usually translated as police boxes. And they're basically like mini police stations, and they're pretty numerous. There's usually about maybe 2 or 3 police officers just sitting there. I mean, they don't really do much or can do much. They mostly just they're just there to inform tourists, where to go. You can go there to report a crime, or if you see something that's lost on the ground, you bring it into the koban. You fill out a long report, and you leave it there for someone to collect it. Well, yeah, there's those. There's a lot of those, but you don't see many patrolling police officers, at least on foot. You see some police cars, especially in the heavily packed areas like Shibuya. It's been pretty chill. I have not heard of Let's Speak English by Mary Cagle. Cagle? Primary school students, cute and wholesome. Huh, okay. It is a lovely day now. Hi Gino, how are you? I am okay. I'm very okay. So you've watched enough anime manga. How accurately do they represent Japan? They don't really. Not very accurately. It is a yukata, yeah. Thank you. Is it really 6 degrees out? Hot damn! It looks a lot warmer. It's a pretty blue sky. Okay, gotta get dressed up for that. God damn, 6 degrees. So I brought there. My brother dropped 5,000 or whatever on the train, and somebody returned it and then got it back in like 3 hours. Yeah, that's Japan for you. All major blockbusters get released there. They do, about a few months after the rest of the world. Say, I don't mean big breasts and revealing clothing. There's some accurate stuff. I mean, I haven't watched much. I haven't watched much anime, so I really don't know. Do you have a goof? Yes. Mm. I feel like anime gets really close to real life in Tokyo, especially in Shinjuku and Akiba. Sorry. There's a lot of manga and anime integration into real life and into fashion as well. And lots of girls, especially, uh, take take on the stereotypes and the archetypes of anime, and they kind of become anime characters in real life. And they dress like them, and act all cutesy wootsy and act tsundere, if that's what's called for. Anyone with the yakuza? I'm pretty sure I've seen yakuza on the street. Poke their eyes. Love your plastic glove cover. Thank you. It's fun to do. You catch your gift sometimes sneaking a look at Chris on her phone. Looking. That hasn't happened yet. Fortunately. Mm. Mm. What time is it now? It's 20 degrees in my room. That's why I have no sleeves. I've considered making technical music tutorials. No, I have not, because I do not know anything about mixing or music making. I've my music sounds the way it does after about a decade of trial and error, and I really don't know what I'm doing. I just think it sounds good, so that's why I make it. And I really have no technical expertise. I'm still doing stuff after the army. I take it around and looked up you again like an hour or two ago. So plastic glove was the first thing I saw. Where's the gift? Think of your Chris obsession. Uh, I don't think she's watched it, but she knows what's it about. She knows I have lots of, relatively lots of dedicated fans, and she supports it, but she also wants me to make more music because she knows that's my real passion. So I'm thinking of actually like going busking, maybe in Sapporo in Tokyo. She hasn't seen Christian's duck yet. Cabbage are great, man. Thanks. Favorite Godzilla kaiju, not counting Godzilla himself. It's been years since I've seen the all the Godzillas, but Desodroya. What's your favorite pizza toppings? I'm a basic bro. I like pepperoni. Is Fortnite as big there? Not at all. It's big. Yeah, I'd say it's big. My students asked about Fortnite. Mothra is for sure. Mothra is good too. Have you been to an anime con yet? I have not. Yeah, enjoy the process you make out. Hope you have a great last day in Tokyo. See you later, Orb. Thanks for stopping by. Just show your students one of your documentary videos on Quick. I would not do that. I do not do that. Uh, but they do know about my music stuff. I've shown some music stuff. Shown my Japanese cover of Amakuken Nakaori by Yamashita Tatsuro. And yes, I do get Jozo a lot as well. What am I doing this change? I was trying. Good old part 12. Was that part 12? It was part 12. I can't believe that I actually remember the exact part that quote is from. God damn. Excuse me. Our West Tabuza thing. I think so. I haven't seen too many of them though, but I think they're a thing. I've seen a student Jojo pose as they walk into the classroom say, "Yes, I am." I've not seen that actually. When I say basement, the first thing that comes to your mind. It's that dark space, very dark space, underneath the house. It's probably dusty, has cobwebs. It has wooden, creaky stairs leading down, and there's a shaft of light coming in from upstairs. There's a wooden there's a wooden wheel there, like from a carriage, a horse carriage, for some reason. There might be a leather sofa too. Hmm. It's a basement from Home Alone. I can't remember. Is it? Maybe. Think of chains and yanderes. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Oh, that's good. I didn't focus of Chinese tourists visible there. Yep. There's quite a few in my hotel actually. Planning on doing a documentary on any notable internet people once quick doc is finished. Not internet people, no. My friends about your Christian documentaries that they showed no interest at all. They were like, you shouldn't laugh at mentally ill persons. When wonders the attraction. Yeah. You shouldn't laugh of mentally ill persons. Yeah, you shouldn't. And I think most people would tend to agree that that's not what I'm about. That's not what my documentary is about. At least I try to make it that way. To go to the gym said he had to leave in 15 minutes. Oh shit, I did. No, but I definitely need to leave in 3 minutes. Yeah. I need to get a new one of these. So, yeah. Are you all alone in Japan? Well, I'm all alone in Tokyo. Not alone in Japan, though. You probably get a lot of Christian questions, but any update on future talk or continuing it? Oh yeah, it's. Thank you for the segue. I actually have to leave now, but I'm just gonna close the show and say that I will be rebooting or remastering the series from part one, and part one, the new and improved edition, will be up on February 24th, 2019, on this channel, and it will be a weekly show. I'll attempt to do one release a week, starting from part 1 on to part 2, part 3, onwards to his onwards to uh onwards with the series. Actually, I'll be remaking all the episodes parts all the parts 1 to 13. I'll be remaking them in a new and better way, and following that will be part 14 and 15 and 16, and as far as I can before I completely lose my marbles and have to go on another break. But yeah, it will be continuing, and hopefully it'll be better than before. So I do have these streams to keep me company. I definitely do. Thank you very much for your support and your enthusiasm. And I gotta get going. I'll see you soon. I think there's some links if you want to check out links. There's some links. Not gonna plug too much. Check out my music if you want to. Check out this channel if you want to. Here we have the documentaries, and Christian will return very shortly. So thank you again, everybody, and everybody have a nice day. See you soon.